As a public defender, Judge Karen fought for her client's rights. She was elected to the bench because she believes in doing the right thing.
I'm very passionate about helping people, period. Sometimes life pulls you from up here to down here to teach you a lesson. And you're in a valley right now. And there are lessons in this valley. I hope you learn from them.
Objective, independent justice.
You can always turn your life around. If you keep walking, you can overcome whatever circumstances you're facing.
This is Supreme Justice with Judge Karen. Sydney Sterling is suing manicurist Stephanie Summers in the amount of $5,000. Ms. Sterling claims her face was scarred after Ms. Summers slapped her in a jealous rage over a one-night stand with the defendant's boyfriend.
All rise. Raise your right hands, please. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give before this court shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yeah, I do.
Court is now in session with the Honorable Judge Karen Mills Francis presiding. All parties have been sworn in, Your Honor.
Thank you, Chris. You may be seated. All right, Ms. Sterling, you are suing Ms. Summers for $5,000 for personal injury. Is that right?
Yes, it is, Your Honor.
How do you know the defendant?
You know, I thought we were friends.
Okay.
She was my nail tech.
Okay.
And we became friends over time.
Right. But when you say friends, did we go out to events, movies,
We
dinner?
went out one time, Your Honor.
You went out one time?
I wouldn't call us friends.
Right.
More like associates.
Associates. How long was she your nail tech?
Just a handful of months.
What's a handful of months? I never heard of a handful. What's a handful of months?
3 months,
like
Your
nuts
Honor.
Or something. M&Ms. But I mean,
3
how
months,
many
Your
months?
Honor.
3 months. Okay. So how often was she coming to your shop?
Well, she became a regular client for
Right.
me eventually during those months.
So she would come once a week and get her
Yeah,
nails
maybe
done?
once or twice a week she would come get her nails done.
Okay, so we had a good relationship?
I would call it, you know, fair. We were pretty close at the time. We would talk about, you know, each of our lives and our
Okay.
situations. So, I
Okay.
mean, we became pretty cool.
So what do you do for a living?
I'm a promoter, Your Honor.
You're promoting. And what do you promote?
Great parties, events.
Oh, okay. So a lot of people in LA like that.
There sure are.
Yeah, they have their fair share, more than a handful of people, right? They say they promote events. So what does that mean when you say I promote events?
That means I help spread the word. I get people out of the club. I get them having fun. I get them out all the time and enjoying themselves.
Oh, okay. So who pays you?
Usually the people who are producing the events.
Okay. So what happened in this relationship?
Well, I wanted Stephanie to come out, have a good time with me. I invited her out to one of the events I was promoting.
Okay.
I let her know that she could have, I don't know, like 9, 10 friends come out with her, put them on
Okay.
the guest list, get them bottle service, get them
So they
VIP
get a table?
service. Yes,
We
they
got
did.
a table, Your Honor,
Right.
but there was no free bottle service. She made
Right.
it seem like we were going to be all VIP and
Right.
everything was going to be paid for.
Right.
and
Oh,
it
you
was
thought
just
you were
gonna be-
going to something free?
I mean, that's what she implied to me because I do her nails and
Right.
she made it seem like she was going to make sure we
But
were
isn't
hooked
that
up.
expensive, the bottle service and everything? I mean, how
Yeah,
much does
but
it cost
she's
to
a
get your
promoter.
nails
She
done?
made
It's
it
only
seem
about
like
30
it.
bucks, 30, 40 bucks. Well, what's a bottle cost?
Your Honor, I want to say.
What does a bottle cost?
A bottle is up to that could be up to $1,000.
Okay, well that's not an even exchange for having done my nails for a handful of months.
Well, that's
Then I'm sending I'm sending $1,000 bottles over to you to a table with 9 of your friends. What did you give her?
I got her free entry.
Okay,
I got
how
her
much was the normal entry?
$30 per person.
$30 and 9 folks came? Mm-hmm. Okay, what else?
I got her VIP seating so they could relax, have privacy, and enjoy
What do they
themselves.
have, like a room, a table, a lounge?
It's a roped off table to the
Okay.
back.
Okay, that sounds pretty nice. Was it nice? At
It
least
was nice, Your
Okay.
Honor. I'm not going to admit. It was a pretty nice
that.
place.
Okay, so then what happened at the event?
All right, so I noticed that one of the men that she comes with, he looks familiar to me.
She knows.
Excuse
she
me,
knows
wait,
exactly
excuse
who
me?
it is. Excuse me. I'm sorry.
So
You
I
say
get to,
he looks familiar.
he looks familiar to me. I get to looking at him, and she tells me that he's her boyfriend.
Okay.
And then she starts acting real weird.
Okay, now,
Weird.
is that not what happened? Did she come over and say, your boyfriend
She
looks
didn't
familiar?
say it until after he told me that he had slept with her, Your Honor.
Oh, he told you I
Yes.
slept with her?
She has mentioned...
Wait, you're out with your man and he say, hey, I've slept with this girl?
Yes, because they were giving each other the eye. What initially happened was I came to the section and I introduced her and my boyfriend, and they were looking at each other like they kind of already knew each other.
Right.
So at this point, I'm feeling a little weird about the whole
How long you been with your
situation.
boyfriend?
We've been together almost 2 years.
About
But
2
we're
years.
Ex-boyfriend now.
Okay, he's ex now, but
Yes.
back then you had been together 2 years.
Yes, so we had taken
And
a
so
break.
you say, what's up with this? And he says, I slept with her?
Well, it took me pulling teeth to get it out of him at the time because he didn't want to explain
Okay.
what, because he tried to act like he didn't remember.
Okay, so what did you say when he told you that?
I was pissed because at this point I've already been in this situation with these two people. I'm at the club, I'm trying to enjoy myself, and I find out that she slept with my boyfriend.
Right.
So of course,
But
that's
this
not
is
true.
before she comes over and says what she just told me.
Yes.
So then what happened after that?
Your Honor, as you can see...
What do you mean he looks familiar? He looked familiar. You slept with him, didn't you?
Your Honor...
She doesn't remember, obviously. She's promoting too much. That's what that
does that
is.
mean if he looks familiar? You don't remember you slept with the man?
Your Honor, to be honest with you, as a promoter, I'm
You
out every
sleep with
night.
a lot of men?
It's not her business who I am. It took me a second to recognize
How long
him.
ago had it been? How much?
It was about a month ago.
A month prior?
Yes.
You didn't remember
This
him?
was a fresh room.
I had been drinking, Your Honor.
She
It
drinks
just
a
was
lot.
one night. It wasn't a continuous situation.
Right.
Anyway, I want to
Where
point
did it happen?
at one of my parties.
So you slept with him at the party?
No, like I was out that night, and then this guy had come up to me. I didn't know him.
Right.
It was the end of the night. I said, "Why not?"
Coming up on Supreme Justice.
Okay, and that's why you're here.
She hit me with purpose, Your Honor,
Right.
and she.
Well, did you slap her with purpose?
No.
Well, what do
I
you call
didn't.
it? A love tap? Because it wasn't love.
When you
in
say
that
you
tap.
didn't slap her with purpose,
What I'm saying is that when I slapped her, it wasn't meant to actually harm her.
what was it supposed to do? Wake her up?
It was meant to make her stop yelling at me.
Right.
Supreme Justice is back with the case of Sydney Sterling, who is suing Stephanie Summers for personal injury.
What happened? Why are we here with $5,000?
So I come up to her and I try to have a conversation, an adult one-on-one conversation. We can figure things out because I count her as my friend, and she starts flying off the handle at me. Her hands are in my
I did not
face.
fly off the handle.
What was
First
she,
of all,
what
Your
was she
Honor,
saying when she came over the
she
second
came
time?
and she was like, all right, is everything okay with you? I was like, look, Sydney, right now, I just don't want to talk to you. So if I did one of these gestures, just out of my face, Sydney,
Right.
just back it up.
Right, is that true?
At this point, I'm
Did
sitting
she do
down.
that?
She did do that, but her hand was right in my face. Her body was in my face.
Right.
It
She
wasn't
She was
calm.
standing over me. So,
Okay.
of course,
You
I
were
want to tell
sitting
you
down?
that I was sitting down. I was
Okay.
trying to enjoy my space.
Okay.
And I have
Well,
something
you were
about
already
personal
upset
space.
with this boyfriend, though.
Yes, I have, but I was going to deal with him at a later time.
Okay, was he still sitting there?
Yeah, he was in the area. He wasn't,
he wasn't
trying to
sitting
be,
out at the
no, he was
VIP.
over by the bar. Because,
Okay.
of course, at this point, he's realizing
I
things
just-
are about to go down.
Don't
Okay.
see why all her anger was directed at me, but it was.
Right.
And when her hands came into my face, I
First of all-
pushed them out of my face.
Right. You pushed her hand out of your face. She's sitting down.
She had gotten up.
Okay, now she's up.
Yeah.
And she's got her hand in your face.
And I pushed her hands out of my face. I hit her face. It's not
You
hard.
hit her face.
I did.
Well, how did you hit her?
It was lightly. It wasn't like
with an open hand, a closed
open hand.
So you slapped
She
her.
slapped
I
me.
did.
Exactly. First.
So
My
when,
reaction.
when she slapped you, what did you do?
My reaction, when somebody hits me, I automatically
How
double
often
time.
do people hit you?
Not
when
that
somebody
often, Your Honor.
hits me?
I
Good
usually don't
question,
let it
Your
happen
Honor.
often. It never happens
Yeah, but
often.
when somebody hits me,
I mean, I was just talking about my mom. The person that throws the front punch, the second person that hits is the person responsible. So at this point, I'm
Right.
self-defense. I'm in
so
self-defense
she slapped
mode.
you and you did what?
I kind of went black
She
because I just
backhanded
seen
me,
red
Your
at this
Honor.
point. I was already mad.
Right, well, what did you do?
Well, at the time, my ex-boyfriend had bought me a little promise ring
Right.
for us getting back together. So I
Okay.
had it on, and when she smacked me, it just kind of threw me off guard because I'm in the midst of
So
trying
you
to get
smacked
away.
her back.
And I kind of backhand, and it kind of like slipped. I
Kinda
don't know. I just
backhand.
Right. So
remember
you
red.
hit her in the face.
Yes,
with
I
the
did.
ringed hand.
I did.
Okay, and that's why you're here.
She hit me with purpose, Your Honor.
Right.
And she.
Well, did you slap her with purpose?
No.
Well, what do
I
you call
didn't.
that? A love tap? Because it wasn't love.
When you
in
say
that
you
tap.
didn't slap her with purpose,
What I'm saying is that when I slapped her, it wasn't meant to actually harm her.
What was it supposed to do? Wake her up?
It was meant to make her stop yelling at me.
Right.
And I understand now that that was a mistake.
You don't slap somebody.
You're right, Your Honor. But I want to say that I'm here because she has permanently damaged my face.
Okay.
Please.
So what has been the damage?
This scar, Your Honor.
Can you step up because I don't see a scar from
I
here.
will. And I have photos as well of the night of the event.
Just dramatic.
It is a deep gash. I've gone to several doctors to take a look at it.
Do you have any receipts? The $5,000 is the cost of what?
The $5,000 is a cost of emotional damages as well as
Emotional.
emotional
I'm
damages.
the one that went through emotional damage
You
here.
did not file a countersuit.
Emotional damages because for this whole month I've been walking around with a hideous scar on my face, and I will continue to be walking through life with a scar on my face.
But what are your actual out-of-pocket damages? Do you have any evidence of the bills, the medical
do.
bills?
I
Okay,
do.
let me
I
see
have
what you got in the folder.
That is bull.
That's a really bad scar.
It really is.
Oh, she deserved it.
So it's $1,166. Okay. We also have a court witness here, Sean Rice.
Oh,
Name
God.
sound familiar?
That's my ex-boyfriend, Your
You
Honor.
remember him?
I remember him now.
Okay. Court
Yeah,
calls
I
Sean
bet
Rice.
you do.
The court calls Sean Rice. Come forward and be sworn, please. I don't have a third podium, so you're going to stand over there, but you're being called as a court witness. All right? All right, raise your right hand, please. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I swear. I swear.
Okay. So, Sean, I heard a lot about you before you came in here. What happened tonight at the club?
Well, my girlfriend at the time, Stephanie, she had invited me over. I brought my boys with me. And, you know, I get there and I recognize this girl, Sydney.
Right.
And I was
How'd
like,
you meet her?
I met her at the club when me and my girlfriend were on break.
Okay. How recent was it that you had seen her?
This was a month ago.
A month prior to the incident?
Correct.
Okay. And you had only seen her one time?
Only one time.
Okay. All right. And she's testified it was a one-night thing.
Oh, yeah. It was a one-night
spend the
thing.
night?
I really didn't care anything for her. It was
She
just
didn't
one-night
care
thing.
either?
Right, no.
Oh, okay.
And then so I met her, and when I saw...
You didn't get a telephone number or anything?
Nope.
Coming up,
And I told her, I was like, you know, Stephanie, she's real angry right now. I think I'm just going to give her space.
Right.
And it wasn't until I saw Sydney come over and talk to her, and I was like, oh, no, something's going to happen.
You
And
didn't go try to stop anything from happening?
No, because I was just going to say, well, whatever happens,
It's just
gonna
go
happen.
down the way it's going to go down.
Right, it's gonna
You
go
just
down.
made sure you were clear of it.
Yes.
Supreme Justice is back with the case of Sydney Sterling, who is suing Stephanie Summers for personal injury.
You didn't remember who she was?
I did. She looked familiar, and that
Right.
was then I was like, oh, yeah, I slept with this girl.
Right.
However, I didn't want to say anything at the time just because it happened so long ago, and we were on a
It
break.
was 30 days.
Right. But we were on a break, and I know
What does that
her-
mean we were on a break?
We were on a break.
What does that mean we were on a break?
That means I'm free, I'm single, and I can do whatever I
You're
want.
free, you're single. That means
Well, I
you're
don't
taking a
understand
break.
that. So you're saying in relationships we say, let's take a break so that I can go out and fool around, and you go out and fool around, and we come back from spring break?
Correct.
That's how it goes?
Right, that's how it is. If it's a
Okay.
break, that means I'm free, I can
Right.
go do
Were
whatever I
y'all on
want.
that kind of break?
It wasn't that kind of break that I knew of at the time.
You thought y'all had broken up?
But not separated.
Okay. All right. So it was kind of confusing. He thought it meant one thing. You thought it meant something else. So you recognize her, then what happened?
I chose not to say anything just because I know she gets heated, and plus it happened a long time ago. So
30 days.
Right.
Right.
So I didn't really think it was gonna be a problem.
Okay.
It wasn't until she came up to me and asked me like, how do you know this girl? You looking at her weird? And I was like, I didn't say anything. I didn't want to say anything still until she kept on asking me. I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna say it. So I told her, I was like, I slept with her. And then she was all mad, and I was like, you know, we were on break. You don't have a right to be mad at me.
Right.
Like.
Where
we were
was
on
this
break.
lady at the time?
She was doing her club promotion thing. She was somewhere around.
All right. Did
there.
you ever have any contact with her that night?
Just when I met her, just
Okay, y'all never talked or anything.
No, ma'am.
Okay, was there anything that you know? Did you see the incident that happened between the two of them?
Right. So after I told her that we had slept together, I went to the bar with my boys and I told her, I was like, you know, Stephanie, she's real angry right now. I think I'm just gonna give her space.
Right.
And it wasn't until I saw Sydney come over and talk to her, and I was like, oh no, something's gonna happen.
Right. You didn't go try to stop anything from happening?
No, because I was just gonna say, well, whatever happens,
it's just go down the way it's gonna go down.
Right. It's gonna go down.
You just make sure you were clear of it.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't want to do nothing with it. And then after, so I got my drink. I turn around. And I see Stephanie slap her right across the face.
Coming up.
All the bouncers came in, the security came in, we all just got kicked out the club.
Oh, y'all got kicked out of the club.
Not only did we buy the bottle, the $1,000 bottle that we paid for, we didn't get to finish it.
Supreme Justice is back with the case of Sydney Sterling, who is suing Stephanie Summers for personal injury.
You see the defendant slap her.
Correct.
But you didn't see what happened right before that.
Well, right before that, I just saw her, you know, kind of waving around. I don't want to talk to her, so I was like, okay, everything's fine. But she kept on wanting to speak to her.
Right.
So after that, I turned around, talked to my boys. I was like, hold on, something about to go down. Right when I turned around, that's when
something went down.
Yeah, something went down.
I see. Okay. Then what did you do then?
Well, I couldn't.
No, what did you do?
I didn't do anything. At that point, all the bouncers came in, the security came in. We all just got kicked out the club.
Oh, y'all got kicked out of the club. And what happened after that? Did y'all go home? Or?
Well, last thing I remember was security grabbing me, telling me I need to stop, and pulling me and my friends outside. So not only did we buy the bottle, the $1,000 bottle that we paid for, we didn't get to finish it. And then on top of that, I had to go to work the next day, and I'm dealing with lawsuits coming to my job telling me that I have to pay some medical bills. So it just was crazy.
All right. And how about you?
Listen, I want to say that I had just wanted to talk to Stephanie.
Your biggest problem is you slapped her.
I mean,
no. Your problem is you slapped her. Once you slap somebody, you have to accept the consequences.
Exactly.
Now, she couldn't have turned around and pulled out a gun and shot you because you slapped her. Because you're supposed to meet force with equal force.
Judge Karen's verdict when Supreme Justice returns.
Maybe if she didn't have a ring on her hand, you wouldn't have that cut on the face, but she wouldn't think about all of that.
But she did.
Just like, you know what? But you did something as an impulse, and her impulse was to smack you right back.
So you're saying people can
just don't haul off and slap anybody. I mean, I've never hauled off and slapped anybody. You don't just haul off and slap somebody. Especially when you've been sleeping with a man.
And Your Honor, I was trying to clap her away.
I mean,
sleeping is.
I know sleeping is really a loose word to use right there. But other words are not allowed on TV. I'm ready to roll. Your case is dismissed. Judgment for the defendant. Good luck to you.
Judge Karen has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's claim has been dismissed.
Look at the scar. Look at my face. Look what you did to me. You should have to pay for this.
You better be lucky that's all I did. I don't ever want to see you again. Just don't talk to me. Don't even speak to me, ever.